Here we are, motherfucking, another video. So, the first one I talk about that code and stuff. It's kind of disorganized. It's an ADD hype thing, whatever. Pretty much. So, I've been going through some of this stuff. This is trying to figure out the large park decode, the conditions requiring 300 parks, a while back, and yeah. Anyway, I figured out this in my number searching, code searching. I found this variable, which is a clock timer update. This variable loops through a series of variables in a table stored at, and this is one of them. Is accounted for 300 parks, I believe. It's somewhere, yeah, that's the OC7 or 97. Use that code or whatever. I don't know how the other indexing is all packed together yet. I'll figure that shit out later. But, gets weird after 250 to 300, whatever, that doesn't matter. It's something like that. And, yeah, the accumulator code, like in looking at, one of these. Whatever. Oh yeah, right here. Yeah, here in this one's accumulator for the OC97. Yeah, this is how many parks, and yeah, that when that does that, it does stuff. So I found the game. Got the game difficulty setting. That's in this variable. Clock tick timer for disasters and other events. I'm pretty sure that's what this is. So I figured that out. We got counters. Okay, yeah, we already talked about that. Okay, so this one's interesting. It's a random number generator. Check this out for me too. Let me know in the comments below or whatever. But this might be an accumulative clock update. It pauses to 0 when moving around the screen by holding the Y button. Setting this to 0 or 1 seems to affect which stadium you have a higher chance of getting. 0 open-topped, 1 domed. I'm going to highlight this. Dun, 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 dun. And I'll put some freaking sprinkles around it. Come back! I'm putting sprinkles. Okay, there we go. Oh, it fits on the line. Okay, whatever. Cool. Sweet. So yeah, that's pretty cool. So play around with that, let me know. It seems to, but you're always going to get the football stadium first. That's just, I want to look up how that works too, at some point. And then this is what to build. This is interesting, because these variables, there might be more, but I put them in a format like, this is the top one, just in this order here. Right, is what these are listed at below. So like bulldozer, it had those set to 0. Roads all the way up to coal power plant is 14, 14, 14, 12. I'm not sure what that's all about. But all the other ones up to that are their number. And then nuclear plant, okay, that's normal. And then airport 12, 12, 12, 14. So like, there's like some weird pattern going on here between the, that. And we got gift slot 1, 2, 3, 4, figured out. Yeah, this is 15. I'm pretty sure this is 16, 16. That's, that. And we're not loading the toolbar. Menu icons at the top of the screen. That's what this table is. It's like just a group of variables that are linked together. It might be a pointer somewhere this is referenced, whatever, but whatever. 49, not loaded map edit mode. That main screen when you're building, destroying shit or whatever. And then 50, when you pull up the disasters menu, when you pull up the speed option, information, or load and save, these are set to 52. So that's cool, useful shit. We'll figure this shit out. Start trying some of these and see what you come up with. Let's try to document this a bit more. 'Cause this is all I have, but somebody's got to start somewhere. I figure it may as well be me. Fuck it, we're going to add this shit, because that's cool shit that everybody's wanted for SimCity SNES for like eons now. And well, fuck it, we're going to do it. So, change the disasters and disaster menu changes to 50 to 52. It might have something to do with the load access memory. Also, it might queue up 7E0079 clock tick timer check. So our friendly loop up there with the yeah, this stuff for that stuff, right? The disasters one. So we'll put that there. So it's like, oh yeah, that's the one I have to go back up and look. And then we got, yeah, 6 times for disaster. I got it not listed again. And then default is 192, adding a disasters menu, or multiple changes it to 128. It's interesting because you can do fire, and then you do flood, and it will be like 4. And then the next one, it's just like bits up to 128. So that's a clue about that variable. It's kind of one of those bit flags things. So we got to figure out how that works a bit more. Yeah, by itself, fire, flood, airplane crash, tornado, quake, Bowser. Stacking each, like, fire and Bowser, 33, all 6, 63. So it's like, okay. With these figure out and values listed below, we can make a scenario editor built into the ROM. We can make it external. I might as well make one, but at some point the goal is to actually be able to take any city in the scenarios list and be able to have like extra slots, because there's another thing I'll talk about here shortly where we can design a city or whatever, a map, and import that shit, and then like just, yeah, you want this fucking place to, this particular, any nuclear power plant to melt down on the map, but particularly this one first, kind of like in the Boston scenario, that one on the side, if you quickly like scroll over there with Y and then bulldoze that, it will pick a different nuclear power plant to melt down. And sometimes I think it might actually be random anyway, but it usually almost always picks that one, like 99, maybe like 9, or like 1023 out of 1024 times it'll pick that one. But if you bulldoze that one, and then you still bulldoze the other one, I think the fourth one, the third one, there might only be 3, but the last one, it's like, will still blow up by the time you get to it. Like, I've tried it once, and I tried to delete all of them before that happened. Alright, so, yeah, we got city name. I'm trying to figure out where those bytes, I haven't done that yet. City category. Year, that seems to be 2 bytes, so, which month it is. Tax rate, the amount of money, all that stuff. Mode, practice, scenario, regular. I'm pretty sure 2 is regular. I think I've seen that somewhere. Type is scenario, ongoing. 7 equals normal map. So there's another variable. Scenario duration, founded, what year, what founded month your city's founded, or the scenarios. Events, the last 10 events, and I almost want to make it so like you can turn like plane crashes off, or put like disaster events. Like if we can expand this and just like repoint it to some other data, we could like have those categorized separately. So you're like, became a town, became a city, all the way up to like metropolis and megalopolis. Like we could have that in a separate events also. So it's like you keep the kind of log of your city. So 3 different logs, yeah. But face. Why not? Why? Sure. Maps. The data of the map, I think that's generated in the mini map thing, is generated based on what you have built and all that stuff. Yeah. It's graphed. And yeah, evaluation, public opinion statistics. Okay. These ones, the totals. How many schools you have on your map. How many hospitals, the counter for those. Stadiums, fire stations, police stations, airports. So like you can get the expo and the other thing, like whatever you need to build that. Or like when you build a stadium, you get a zoo. And then I think you get a second one shortly after when you have 3 stadiums. Something like that. I'm pretty sure it's that. And power plants, etc. I haven't filled in which variable this actually is in that yet. And I started mapping some of these. I think these are 2 bytes. The park area. It doesn't make sense. That would go up to 65,535. And your percentage, which is probably 2 variables because there's a decimal point to that. So any of those probably are actually 2 variables. Or there's a flag variable of, where the decimal point is, or, Maybe actually like the part percentage is just like both sides of the percentage are just a separate variable. It could be that. We got to figure that out. That's something to do. And disasters. Now these are roughly outlined variables involved from, I just kind of thought it through. I think that's what's involved. I might be missing some information here. But yeah, fire, X, Y, where on the map, what size? How many little things of fire are you getting with it? Or whatever. Flood, X, Y, intensity. Because sometimes those little floods will be like, and then go out. Otherwise, it's like sometimes it takes out a huge fucking chunk, and you're like, what the fuck? So, like, there's a variable with that. Airplane crash, XY. And then I think it just generates fire, because it usually seems to take out the same blocks. But sometimes it's different, so it might have a pattern. Yeah. I'll call it size pattern. Whatever, something like that. Tornado, XY, intensity, length. What's its path? And then it might have a path generated. We can get into like hacking the boat pathway. We'll make that shit look more efficient. It'll be like a boat comes in, goes to a seaport. If you have another seaport, it'll try to generate a path to that seaport. That'd be fucking sweet. Then it'll actually look like it's productive instead of just wandering that aimless, sad ocean with only one boat in it. Like, instead of that, like, quake, epicenter. Like, where is its X and Y in kind of an array variable? Intensity. How is fucking intensive? And then damage distribution, which is like also based on like maybe it's like a big fork of lightning or something just across your map or a zigzag. We'll figure this stuff out because there's got to be some kind of, because I've seen an earthquake where it's just like and like half my city is leveled, like everything's on fire, fucking just destroyed. And then other times I've just generated an earthquake and it was just like a cutesy little tiny fucking like the giant from the beanstalk fucking just tipping his toe down on the house instead of just leaping out of the fucking sky. Or whatever. I don't know. Like, Bowser, graphic use. Ooh, have like Mario trashing the city or something, or whatever. Or a giant woman. Like Princess Toadstool huge. Like, that'd be awesome. Like, all of a sudden, fucking Bowser attack. Like, oh, it's Bowser! And then, like, Will writes, like, oh my god, no it isn't, it's Princess Toadstool! And it should be in the background of the little scene, like, shooting fire out of her mouth and shit. Ha ha ha! Somebody's gotta hack that. Somebody's gotta get on that shit. Fuck yeah. That's his path and duration. Aliens. I've never actually done that scenario. For some reason, all years of playing SimCity, I've never motherfucking done it, but I've assumed there's an XY duration and how many waves. Like, fucking, and like, we could hack this shit, like, if you get a military base, like, besides the city hall and the mall. If you get the mall, then you can play asteroids. I don't know why you want to play asteroids in SimCity. You can play asteroids, but I was thinking about just taking some simple-ass fucking game context and putting it in there. It's just like a cool quirk of the, embedding it into something like that. It'd be fucking, that's a good example project to do, so I figured that's on my list. Alright, meltdown, conditions, intensity, damage distribution. Oh yeah, and it's gonna pick one of them. So it's gonna have a primary location, and then it's like, it seems to just wind through to the other locations, the other nuclear power plants. So there's that. Lesser known about, these exist. Train wreck. I'm not sure. I've seen this actually once in the set. I swear it. If you've seen it, post below. Because I want to know the conditions to make that. And then the size, and just generates a couple of fires. It usually just wipes out like one rail. Shipwreck. This exists. You can produce it. But it's condition of size, okay? That stuff. To produce a shipwreck, they can be forced if you build roads or rails. One tile, not next to the edge of the map, but like one tile over. And then, like, the edge of the map where the boat is trying to spawn. And I've seen train wreck occur, it exists. Not sure what the conditions are, like I said. Yeah. So there's those. That's kind of on that. So yeah, I did those. Yeah. So next. Alright, fuck it. I'm gonna get to it. You may as well get to it. What we got? There we go. That's what I'm looking for. Okay, so I acquired some stuff. I'm trying to gather as much info as I can. So if I have documents you don't have, or I don't have, send them to me. I will accept. So that we can put this on the data crystal and we'll motherfucking have that shit. So, this stuff. I got SimCity editor. Let's, I tried to make Fargo. I lived in Fargo for a while, North Dakota. I think I might have saved this practice. This could be something else. Oh, there's nothing embarrassing on here. Oh yeah, that's just a fucked up city. Okay, well, whatever. Let's open this up in, yeah. Well, I got a PNG right here that I'm staring at. I'm staring at it. Yeah, so I added it, cause like the city has like a really snaky river with a lot of oxbows in it and stuff. And then, like, this is just kind of like maybe some resort thing, like a water park. We don't have a water park out here. It'd be nice. I think they're going to add one in a couple of years. That'd be fucking awesome. And just some ponds around here, because there's lake country over here. So, like, it'd be nice to have a little bit of that. And then, like, we got this cool, like, they got some cool parks, actually. So I figured, fuck it, I'm going to make this map. And then I'm going to try to put it in as a scenario with this app. So I'll load that up. Load that shit up. And load map from SRAM. Let's try that. Drag your SRAM file to this window. Well, I gotta move this window. It's gonna be in the way. Let's see. I don't fucking know. Try this shit. There's nothing here. Oh wait, no. Yeah, here's the boat path. It's invisible. Apparently, but the boat just like wanders, picks a fucking. It does it fucked up. Like they've just done way too many drugs and tried to fly the Earth. And now this shit looks fucked up. That's the thing. Like this is hard to work with. I hope they make an update to this because it's kind of annoying. But you can smooth this shit out. But this is a cool tool to have. Look it up. It's SimCity editor -winter or whatever. You can import like a PNG file and it will try to make it. I'm not sure. I haven't got that to work yet. Try this. Let's go here. Save. No. Load map from PNG. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, but the stuff still looks fucked up. Like the shorelines, not too bad. Okay, like make this bigger. Yay! All right. Yeah. So yeah, I drew this out, and then just gone to Google, just zoomed in a piece of map, took a screenshot of it. You can do that with. If you didn't know this, I feel sad for you, but I have a great hope for you now. You hit PRT-SC on your keyboard, the print screen button. And then you can motherfucking go to Paint. Bam! Paste that shit in. You got a screenshot. You can fucking use that as like tutorial demonstration stuff, or like, put some fucking like glowy fucking red text and be like, strike, point, here, plot your evil world domination schemes or whatever you want to do. Fuck yeah, save that shit, and like what I'll do is I'll fucking do that. I'll do that here, and then bam, I'm gonna do it again, and like fucking go back in there, and I like edit something, show a demonstration of a screenshot, but then I can like also just Control Z back to where I was before, and here's the real plans or whatever. You know what I mean? Like that shit. So you can always use undo for your advantage and that kind of thing. Fuck yeah. So yeah, that's a cool tool to have. I think you can put, I can save time on my motherfucking railroad. That shit, but whatever. Save, no. But it's buggy. I've had it crash a couple times, so beware, save often, make backups often if you're using that. Another way to insert it into the thing. I don't know what this is. Hopefully it's not a virus. I'll be pissed. So far, okay, SimCity hacker. Oh, fuck yeah. Let's load up, it's gotta be a SNES save file. I don't have that on my thing right now. because this is a little bit better for hacking SNES 9X. It runs it a little bit smoother in a different way I like when it comes to graphically. I don't know what this is. I'm just oh yeah, I gotta install that shit. I gotta go to Microsoft page and get the downloads of the OCX files for like old Visual Basic. Yeah, I got the sound effects from somewhere from 2000 because